What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Sound check, make sure I'm on. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. About to slide into some evidence in a few. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video started off, and then I'm just gonna break down some evidence. It's up here. Tartarian, what is up? What is up, Tartarian? Our Melted Reality, what is up? You guys missed the mega stream last night, yesterday, whatever time of day it was. I suggest you go back and check it out. 5 hours of fun, great times, and great evidence. Check it out. Go on Mark's channel. Check it out. Our Melted Reality. Check them out. You guys haven't signed up for them yet. You're missing out. And you guys want to come on, fly on in, you're more than welcome. The link's available. Yeah, if you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this up here real quick, and then that way there. So, throw this one on here. These are the groups you want to jump in. Oops, wrong one. Pump path. There we go. And make sure you check out that documentary, Tartarian Meltdown, Part 1, Part 2. Go subscribe to his channel, show some love and support. Tartarian Meltdown's been putting it down for quite a few years now. Check him out. He's doing a lot of boots on the ground now, too. Great stuff over there at Tartarian Meltdown. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna throw this little video on. Let me share screen real quick. Share. Make sure I don't knock myself out. I should have muted that other one. Let me do this real quick. Jump out here real quick and mute this other one. Get out of here. Let's do this real quick. All right. Just so the distraction won't be there. Get that out of there. And we'll start this back over real quick. All right. And we'll be on today for about till 1:30. Now I gotta go pick up my baby and hang out with her and have some quality time with her. Once again, make sure you guys join the groups if you have not already. Find a place to call home. If you are doing boots on the ground, strongly suggest that you join Meltology Boots on the Ground, ran by Mark. It's his group. The Bloodhound, Boots on the Ground, Bloodhound. Had some incredible footage yesterday for us. Check it out. Go back and look at the video, watch it. Great stuff on there. Dedicated to his boots on the ground, dedicated to Meltology. We had legends in the house. We had Yoakum, great stuff from Yoakum. And of course, we had Frukiss, Shapu, the one who got a lot of these groups started on Facebook. These Facebook groups, a lot of great groups came out of there, thriving. So great stuff. And then if you're new to Meltology, go to 101, Meltology 101. Get all the great stuff that we had to go through that took the last 3 years. You get it all confined and all simplified now. Meltology 101. Check it out. Good stuff. Good stuff in the truth community. Good stuff in the Meltology community. Look up and you see 30,000 people, combined groups, compared to less than 100 people a couple years ago. The word is getting out. The ball is rolling. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's one of those snowballs. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Now it's rolling by itself at a good speed. New people every day. Lots of new people every day. The word is getting out. It's spreading fast. It's hard to hide the truth. The truth has a way to keep poking its head up. It's all damage. All melted brick we're looking at. Severe damage. What's up, Alchemos? Break love to you. I sent you a link earlier to the mindset. Sent it over there through that. If you can fly in, fly on in. If not, I understand. Ooh. Epic stuff going down in the groups. Fabulous evidence coming in all throughout the realm. It is just some great stuff coming in. Let me go over here, make sure I don't jump myself out. Hit that there. And I'm going to just go ahead and put this back on, just so I know I'm on. Which one it was. Probably something that doesn't sound too trippy. It's too trippy there. I don't really like this one. It has some weird stop and go sounds like. Was that one? That one was pretty cool. There you go. All right. Yeah, that was epic. Epic. Let's see. Haven't got it. I'll check. Hmm. Let's see. I'll try that again. All right. Okay, with that being said, let me turn this down just a little bit. Let's go back over here. Just, just a tad bit. All right. There we go. All right. If you got them, smoke them. I'm going to hit this real quick and we're going to jump into this evidence. Uh, over here to this. All right. This up right here. Once again, hope you guys are having a good day. Only two of them, huh? Yeah. The chemtrails, man. All right, people, let's go ahead and do this. Man, it's so much fun yesterday just hanging out. That was good times. Um, yeah, that was one of them stress things I needed. Good good time in there, Mark. Good show there. Had a good time. Yeah, I don't know where Melta Seraph is. Hopefully you're all right, Seraph. I'm gonna send. Let me send this over to Seraph real quick, just in case. Bear with me just a second, guys. Oops, I don't want to share screen right now. Let me send this over, just in case he's somewhere. Go ahead and send this to you. All right. Do that real quick. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna turn the cam off, and then I'm gonna jump into this here evidence. All right, let me share the screen. Put the entire screen. Do that. And let me just make sure it's up. All right, let me just turn this up, make sure you can hear me. Can you? Hello, hello? Okay. All right, we're good. All right, Alchemos, putting out the fire. Maddie, someone reposted your folder up there, had 4,000 or 3,000 pics. I said, man, I can't do it. I can't do that right now. This dude's on fire, man. He just throwing them out there. Ooh, man. And look at this here. We're gonna break this one down. I wish you were in here to break this down, Alchemos, but you just keep putting this fire out, man. You need to come up here and explain yourself. You got some splaining to do. You got some splaining to do. But let's look at this. I don't even know where to start. Let's just start over this side here, around the door jamb. You can see the brickwork going there, right? In the melt. We see this pattern all the time that they're calling natural formations. We see all the time the same brick line up here. We see all the time. They're calling natural formation all over this realm. All these different countries calling it the same thing, but yet we know what it is because we see this. And anytime you see this texture here, you should know exactly what it is because we see it all the time. It's part of a building. You see the brickwork all through it, the little bits and pieces all through it. The skin is off here, but you can see the ghost through it, the ghost lines through it of the bricks. And of course, here the elephant in the room. Now, there's people out there that would think that they actually purposely did this to put some brick here so people couldn't go in or whatever reason, but they can go in here. And this isn't a renovation. This is a dilapidated building. So this type of work you would never do because this serves no purpose whatsoever, other than at one time this was a building that's now melted, and this is a big pocket right here to steal. Even the people who don't understand that these melted buildings are mountains or melted buildings, they know that this is brick. You couldn't convince them anything else other than this is brick. But understanding why it's here, this is great evidence. Stuff like this is just great evidence because on a full scale, I mean, this is a doorway right here, probably 10 feet tall, scale to here. So we're 25, 30 feet high here. There's no reason to have brick like this other than this entire building was brick, which you can see through here. Great evidence, Alchemos. Yeah, this is great evidence, and this is what you see when you get into the melted community and you join the groups. You get to see stuff like this that you may not ever come across because we have so many different eyes out there that are paying attention and that are researching and that are bringing this stuff to the table. Look, it's scorched right here, cooked out. Great stuff. Alchemos has one of the greatest catalogs out there for Meltology. Very deep catalog and a lot of great stuff. He probably has the deepest out there. No joke around. He's deep. I mean, Shapu is deep, but Alchemos does things with thousands of folders, pictures in a folder. I mean, like it's nothing. Went over there and did the what was that over there in Asia? That the Mustang. And like 400 pictures. It wasn't even done with it. It's killed it over there. Great stuff, Alchemos. And here we go with this structure like this. We see all the time in the old world, picking up the ether and free energy. This may have been added. Looks a little damaged down here, but it's a weird look to it. It's a little more new, but you never know. Definitely looks cooked, but they make stuff like this. But back here, cooked out, damaged bricks, cooked out. Oops. Oh well. We'll go here. This here, cooked out, melted. This leftover of whatever type of statue was here. It's part of the melt. See the brick lines going behind, all cooked out, dripping down. The A-frame up on top, melted down, cooked out. Viscosity holes, viscous. All right, and this is one of the ones that popped up on my computer. And right here, we see something's wrong right here. Look at all this shit right here. And then right here, you got this shit up in here and right up in here. And you see little bits and pieces on your way up. The flaw of these little flaws cooked out, different frequency. Turning these bricks here to balloon rocking them. Trying to churn them up. different heat differentials all throughout. Different stuff going on up here, popping out. And then down here is just cooked blocked. Down here is a different frequency. Different uh, uh, um, different pattern here than up here. And so on and so on. All being cooked out. Fervent heat. And the weight and pressure. And whatever atmospheric event was going on as well on the outside. Whether it be the sun, plasma, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't here. And if I was, it's something that I chose to forget. It was awful. Sky lit up and that God came out and said, you gonna get it. And everyone got it. But look at this. We know what it is because we see it all the time. No one builds like this. Huge block up here, small bricks in between. But we see this design. Doesn't matter where you're at. We see this everywhere. You see it everywhere. The damage that was created from the X Factor. Once again, in the middle of nowhere, you find the highest peak you can go, the hardest thing you can dig into, and you call it home. And you carve it out, and then you line it with bricks. It's kind of going backwards. If you know how to use this, you would never ever try to invent a pick to dig in here to build a bedroom. You just wouldn't do it. That would be one tool. You would say, nah, we're not ready for a pick. We just use a mortar and brick, and we go down here where it's flat and built. There's no need to go up in here ever. And look at expanding out. You see the staining coming down, scorched out. Once again, you're not primitive if you know how to build with this. If you know how to make brick, you're not primitive. So you'd never, ever try to go in here. To this day, you wouldn't do that. Just wouldn't work. This is a lifetime journey to try to make a room 10 by 10. If you don't believe me, go out on the outside and just dig in the dirt and see how difficult it is when you get past a foot. See how difficult it is, and don't get no hard dirt. You start getting that dirt, it's like clay, where it sticks to your shovel. Shit, you just give up. It's too hard. It takes too long. That's why they have backhoes. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of bodies just laying around. No one's going to dig it up. There'll be surf to the, just to the surface. You see their lips sticking out the ground. Like, yeah, I was let them decompose. It's too deep. It's a lot of work. You don't dig in stuff like this when you build like this. Once again, this is damaged, melted, severely damaged, but we see the red brick survivors. Pocket of survival. Pocket of survival. They look stressed out. Most of these here, and look, once again, look what happened to the brick. Brick love to everyone out there. Hope everyone and their families are doing well. Yesterday, we heard a few people out there that have little problems with themselves or their family, and we just hope the best for them, and we hope you guys have a quick recovery. Here's the people right here. I mean, what is this? All this? Who paid for all this shit? For what? I mean, you got to ask yourself the obvious. I mean, what is this? Even at the height of all this shit is here, what is all this shit right here? And you're building around it like you don't want no one to get to it. I mean, where's the house at? Were you gonna build right here? What is all this shit? And it just makes no sense unless you understand the magnification of the melt, that the realm was melted, And we have pockets of survivals that remind us of the melt. You can see the break lines on this piece here. Break lines and little spotted bricks in there. The patterns of them that we see all the time. The ghostly images. And this here's just stuck to this in the middle of nowhere. I mean, who doesn't want? First of all, no one's ever going to come visit you, so you never have to put a wall up because you're too far away. Even your mother don't want to come out there. You're in the middle of nowhere. She's not coming. And then you put a wall up. For what? Makes no sense. Bricky. Boom. That red brick. Can't hide from it. Dilapidated steps cooked out. They look more like what we've been told are rocks. And people think that they went down to they tell you all these rocks are not indigenous to here. These rocks were found 200 miles away. Man, the shit that they teach us in school, brainwashing with garbage. And they never explain this shit. They just give you some pyramids. They don't tell you, they don't show you this stuff here. Well, what about this place? Oh, we can't give you all the stuff because then you would figure it out. You know we're full of shit. You start asking questions. What's this down here for? I mean, you just spared no expense, put this shit everywhere, huh? Who's taking care of this place in the middle of nowhere? I mean, this is an all-day job right here. This looks like it's 3 or 4 stories right here. This is an all-day job. You get a housekeeper. This is one day work right here. She come to your house. She's not doing all this shit in one day. You're crazy. One day right here. That's a good housekeeper. That's no meals, no cooking or nothing. And fortunately, she don't have to do too much on the windows. You only got one window, but that's all day job right here. Don't believe me? Clean your house. You got a house that got 3 bedrooms. Clean it. See how long it takes you. Yeah, I ain't talking about running through watching TV. Clean it. That's an all day job right there. You're never gonna make it over here. You need an army of people to take care of this property here. And all these other properties that we see, you need an army of people, and they're telling you that people, oh, he was a recruit. He went over here. He didn't want to be bothered by people. He was a hermit. He was this. Shut up with that. No hermits living out here. You're bringing an army with you. We won't discuss the food. They got to eat. They got to drink. So that has to be dealt with too. Once again, another fortress. I mean, the size of it, the magnitude of it is huge. Who's taking care of it in the middle of nowhere? Why is it always we see the same thing? Well, at least maybe they got a town down here. You live down there and work up here. Bricks everywhere. Chunk right here, you see the bricks in it. Brick lines down here. All these balloon rocks. Chunks of bricks right here on this balloon rock. Right here. All roughed up. We see the transitioning from brick to block, from brick to rock, from brick to balloon. We see it from brick to sand. We see it all the time. Don't let it fool you what it is. Understanding what you're looking at makes it so much easier in Meltology. You see stuff like this and you already know what it started out as. Because we've seen the transition of red brick to block over and over. Over and over, we've seen it. Hey, break love to you. Break love to you. You gotta fly when you got fire like that. You have to. So what's all this up here when you got stuff like this? I mean, what are we underground somewhere? Or is this construction? I mean, what is going on here? All this construction, but then you got all this shite ballooning out, expansion, clueless right here. But we all were. Don't blame them. We all have pictures that we could pull out from the past and say, look, didn't even know it was melted, taking pictures of something, had no clue, even paid the fare, paid the $8 to get in. Expansion dripping down, bricks on top. That's some structure up here. Underneath the structure, this is all brick up here. Look underneath. Brick and underneath. It's all melted. Brick lines going across, bricks turning blocks. Transitioning. What do we got? I mean, did they just start building up here? I mean, shit, you're walking down here. They skipped all this here and said, let's put some bricks, cobbles, bunch of junk up here. And we won't worry about down here. It's all right. Expanding, ballooning out, narrowing the path. Keep making sure that I'm still on. And what do we got here? A total mess job. I mean, these bricks are just ballooning out. You see the texture on them. You see the brick texture on them as it expands out. You see the brick lines, the mortar lines. Down here, you can see all this brick flow. All this brick flow swelling and stopped, blocking up, huge ballooning. Expansion out, huge ballooning. You see the brick line right here. Brick line sagging down, melting. This flow here. Get a flow line on that. Just a mess. Archway way up here. This is the port of the arch. Where's the rest of this? I mean, what is going on here? But it has no bottom. It's just weird the way it's shifted right here, with this protruding out as if it's a support. Never know. That X factor was no joke. Go on the group 101. Check out Hutchinson Effect. Meltology 101. You don't have too far to go. Great stuff in there. Answer a lot of those questions you have. Questions that you are not even ready to ask yet because you haven't thought about them. There's the stucco on here. And you go sleep through it. You see the stucco. We see that a lot. Patches of stucco, molding, whatever you want to call it. See the chips of it here, pieces of it here, and they become rock, what we call rock. Huge blocking. Looks like it's trying to crystallize a little bit. Second here, stretch my back and have a drink. and treat myself to a little puff puff pass. Let me jump out real quick. I want to change this ticker on here. Put a little better information up there. Build these groups. Great love, everyone. All right, let me jump back in here real quick. I'll tell you, this is so much easier to navigate through than that last streaming place I was trying to get a hang of. But they blew it with that 2 hour limit. Like, okay, I ain't got time to practice with you guys no more. Might want to be a little longer. What's going on? I guess this must be the handicap ramp back in the day. I don't know what this shit is. They look like stairs on this side and maybe the wheelchair accessible ramp. We got the viscous holes in here. This is just straight laying down, melting backwards. We got the churning up on the side. Viscous here. Heat coming out, escaping like those pancakes, popping those holes through. The insides turned up. It's the outside with the skin on it, as Mark would so delicately say all the time. Diligently, I mean. The inside, all mush. The outside with the shell, you remove the shell, it's all damaged. This doesn't look as damaged, but this was brick, it's damaged. You pop that off and that's what you got in the inside. Every time we see one of these, they used to look like, with brick on the outside. More expansion. Blocked up, bricked up from here. It's all structure. Let me zoom that in just a little in case you don't catch it. It's all structure. Right? It's all structure. Levels cooked out. And of course they brick it up for you with a little aperture right here. And if you look closely on this, you can see the brick lines going on this bottom piece. Let me see if I can zoom that up a little bit more without distorting it. Boom. Right there, if you could look in there, and right up in here too. Almost like this might have been an archway going this way. But you can see the brick lines going that way. Definitely see them all over this here. But it's expected because we know what this is, and this is just being blown out. I mean, when I see stuff like this, it just reminds me of those electrical balls with the electricity going through. It's like it just shot through, just zapped it. Brick lines right here. Might have been an aperture right there. That's what it looked like to me. Aperture, another one here. It's blown out. Aperture, brick lines, all cooked out. Disguised as a mountain. Nothing more than a building. Disguised, like everything else. Some of the prettiest women out there now got ding dongs. Be careful. If they look too pretty, you better check the plumbing. Everything's disguised now. Disguise. It's all fake. Everything's fake. They tell you, oh, this is good. It's a super they call it, it's a superfood. And you find out you're sick because you're eating superfoods. It has no good. There's a damn lie about every damn thing. I'm gonna get tired of it. These companies get to keep putting poison in your food, and is not because they didn't do this. It's not like they added two ingredients, and the two ingredients caused something. No, they say, hey, this is pure. Let's just say pure honey. I'm gonna sell you pure honey, but then I'm gonna go buy some cyanide. That's an extra ingredient I have to pay for to put in it. That has no benefit to whatsoever other than to poison you. That's how all these manufacturers are. They're all part of they're all part of the government system because all if you and I did that, we'd be locked up and killed right away. They do it all the time. Every day they got shit in our food that doesn't belong there that has nothing to do with anything other than making you sick. Has no benefit for being there. That means they got to pay. I need 400 pounds of that shit over there because we got millions of boxes of this cereal. I need that stuff to go in. That's an extra ingredient you have to pay for. It's not done on accident. Fucking bastards. You get tired of it. Anyway, that's another show. That's another show. Anyway, let's stick with the melt. Look at the bottom of this, which of course this side looks just like this side, except for the bricks are gone on this side. But people walk by this and they think this is natural, and they just stacked all this stuff up on top of this shit. Even when you look down, you see the brick lines and stuff in places that it don't belong. Now, I dropped this evidence in the group, but I think there's a couple pieces in this where it's on the bottom. You got bricks and stuff. You got this shit up here in between. All these different things going on with this piece of electricity and this damage, this fervent heat. Look how they are sticking out. They've popped out. They blocked up and they're popping out. And look at these over here. Totally different. Mark, don't eat the picture. Oh man. And we saw this place yesterday. This building is huge. I mean, I don't know how long this place has been here, but you're going out and you're building this here and you want people to come live up here. I mean, you have to be self-reliant on everything here. You can't be going to the market to pick. You got to have everything you need in this community here. Somebody has to be doing meat, potatoes, everything you're into. It better be here because you're not ever going to leave. Remember, this is supposed to be back in the day when you're on foot or horseback or something. You're not. I mean, it looks difficult to get to on a damn motorcycle. Damn road over here. Oh, look at this shit. Maybe the road's back here. Who knows? Another community over here is melted, gone. This was all building. This is just the pocket that we're looking at. But people think that these people had so much money. Everyone back then was rich. Everyone had castles. Money was no object. And if money was no object, how do you get someone to build this shit for you? I'm going to pay you a sack of gold. Man, I got 10 sacks over there I can't get rid of. Fuck up out of here. Well, I got everything I need, dog. You find someone else. Everybody's rich. Everybody back then was these castles is in the middle of nowhere. Look at this. Whole community right here. Boom. So we would like to have this up close. Look at all this shit up in here. Look, apertures back there. Oh yeah. This one was just more damaged. This one's still in the pocket. But yeah. This is boots on the ground right here, boy. You up here, apertures everywhere. Oh yeah, this is a whole community. This dilapidated, gone, melted, melted and gone. I mean, this realm, this God of ours, of yours, or whatever, whoever, they pissed him off. He said, enough of this shit. People want to know, well, who did it? Yeah, God did it. You believe in God? Well, he did it. Pissed him off. You believe in Buddha? Buddha did it. You believe in Allah? Allah did it. Whatever you, whoever it is, you put your head down to, that's who did it. The same one that built that damn dome. This place has just been taken over by these parasites that just want to control us and not, it's like going to Disneyland. You pay your ticket to go into Disneyland. You have all these buildings in there. You got all this stuff. Then some asshole comes in and pulls out a gun and forces everyone to do shit you're not supposed to be doing there. And living a lifestyle that you're not supposed to be living. Then it gets to a point where you don't even know you're a prisoner no more. That's what happened to us. They tore all that fun shit down, all those amusement parks and all that stuff that they had, all these world fairs, and that was for our entertainment. These bastards said, no, not going to happen. And in fact, we're going to charge you for every damn thing. And we get charged for every damn thing. No, we get in return our lives. We get to struggle while they live good, while off their lives and theft. Once again, you're doing this type of work. Why you messing with this? I mean, you don't have any bit. It's like you might, you out there in the jungle and you got a stick and you go find a lion. You want to slap a lion. You ain't got nothing better to do. Why are you fucking with that thing? I mean, this here is like the lion. Come on, man. You can build right here with these bricks and blocks. And you're going to go fuck with the biggest thing out here. Like, man, I'm going to chisel through this damn thing. I ain't got shit to do. And I'm just going to outline it with blocks and bricks. But I'm dedicated. I'm going through this son bitch. I ain't got nothing else to do for the rest of my life. You're going to do 2 or 3 stories. Look at the bricks right here. And they just put right in their face some fucking bricks right there. In a damn solid rock, so-called, right? Yeah, like it's nothing. Yeah, what you doing this weekend? Man, I'm gonna build a little something like that rock. I'm tired of looking at it. It's hard enough to build a tree house if you ain't got no skills. And that's just with some wood. You look at this, you just laugh like, oh no, there's a couple sticks of dynamite might get this shit off the property, but I'm not digging into it like it's nothing. See how this is, this column? This is recessed. And it goes back. They didn't just no, we're gonna pimp it out. Break lines. Net it up because they don't want to get their head caved in by one of these loose impediments. The shit down here probably was up here. That'll change your life right there. 5-pound rock to the head. That'll change your life. Yeah, the good old rock house. It ain't what you think it is. Rock house, yeah. I mean, you got the nerve to have this shit embedded in this. And they're telling us that they built it like this. Got the nerve to tell us this damn lie and have us believe it. Wow. And you go here right now and you try to carve your name in here, you'll probably break everything you got on. You're trying to scribe your name in here so damn hard. It's in a sandcastle. Look at the dripping, the melting coming down. Look at this, the action on it. And this here expanding out, viscous holes. Yeah. And down here, we got a double archway down here, melted down. Boom, boom. cooked out, starting to expand out. True Seeker 69, check her out. They might be on today. If you guys watched the show yesterday, we might have a show with Yoakum on today. These are possibilities. Great stuff coming our way in the melted community. Make sure you guys keep your alerts on, because they don't like to alert me for shit. Every truth thing I got to keep it on, because they don't. You put the thing alert. Next thing you know, I'm strolling on YouTube and go, oh shit, this dumb bitch is on. Because sometimes we get the thing 2 days in advance. It's coming up. Put that alert on. Some bitch don't even tell you. But they sure do get you with all the spam, boy. They don't miss none of that spam. Fuck. I'm gonna turn around and some commercial, some dumb shit, but not the stuff I want. Now you tune into one of that. You tune into NASA. You tune into aliens. I'm sure they'd probably ding you all the fucking time. Ding, ding, ding. It starts tomorrow. Ding, ding, ding. 5 hours from now. Ding, ding. All that dumb shit. Dinosaurs, you never have to worry about it. Look at this shit. They tell you someone carved this shit. Look at this. Look at all this recessing back. The terracing on the roof. The roof is terracing. Look at this mess. Who did this? Stevie Wonder's somebody related to Stevie Wonder? Hey man, I said, what are you doing? I'm not done. You on the wrong line, huh? Line after line after line after line. Look at this shit. All the way back. What is going on? I don't know. Maybe somebody else can help out on this. Yeah. Telling you someone carved this shit. Never, ever, ever. It don't work that way, people. It would never work that way. And you would never be this intricate inside of nothing with a damn pick and a chisel or whatever they're supposed to be using back here. Never. You're talking about quitting on the first day. As soon as that instruction comes out, what you're doing, I quit, huh? I quit. Well, yeah, I quit. That's simple. I quit. Or you're not going to get paid. I quit. Rubble expansion. They call this coral at the beach. It's all red brick, cooked out, melted, expanded, turning into terra firma. That's where your terra firma comes from. Melted buildings. Everywhere we look, we see layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of building. And the deeper you go, you just pull up more building material. It's like being in a fire, the aftermath of a fire and the ash, and you're digging through the ash. It's nothing more than building material. And whatever was in that building, it was consumed. And you just keep going down till you get that foundation. All this scorched out down here, expanded, scorched out. It's nice to hang out with Patty yesterday. Haven't got to hang out with Patty in the last 6 months or so, if not longer. I've seen her seen her around, of course, but it's nice hanging out with people in the past and like that. It's just like-minded people, man. It's just so awesome. I was the whole time I was just antsy about it. I was just looking forward to it. Like, man, it's just, I don't know. I just had it like a little niche. Like, man, I can't wait to get on. So I get on. I'm sitting in the back room I got on about 2.5 hours early. I was in the back. I sat back there, put my mic on mute, handling my business and stuff. Get down to about last 45 minutes of shit. I'm getting kind of hungry. We'll go get me a sandwich real quick. Run over to get a sandwich, come back. I'm waiting. So shit, show get ready to start. Ain't seen nothing yet. Next thing you know, it's on. So okay, Mark ain't pulled me in yet. Next thing you know, I see him say that he's having a little sent out the wrong link. So okay, I see what's going on. It happens. It happens. Sent it right over. Boom, boom. Timing was perfect. These look very slaty, cooked out, of course, cooked out brick, shards shoved in between. Same here. Middle of nowhere, just build something here and stack some stairs here. I mean, why not? That electricity coming through and popping these out. Look at the damage is done here. Layers layering off. Getting real slaty over there. Real slaty looking over here. And then it melting. And then the flood waters come in the background, all melted. Cooked up. Sorry about the tag here, but every now and then you gotta have a tag. This so-called rock right here, I don't know what it is, but I can assure you it's probably the hardest substance around this area. The worst place you want to do any type of excavation or have to build on because you have to endure this stuff. You move on somewhere else. And this here, right here, if you can see, let me bump that up some. You can see the pattern in here, the color. And look at the color up in here. You can see that same color up in here because these are the bricks transitioning, turning into this, which then transitions downward into this balloon. Wow. Not sure if that's a brick pattern right here that I'm circling or if that's some fragments from the pixels, but it looks awfully bricky right there. I don't know if anyone else can see that. Right up in here. That is very, very bricky looking right here. But sometimes you do see some things because you start getting those pixels and stuff from the blowing up. So, and that's why boots on the ground is important because meltologists may have seen this if it's visible in horned on right here, taking a picture or video. But this person was back here taking it. But once again, we see these transitions all the time. Doesn't matter what type of brick we're looking at, what type of damage to the brick, if it looks like cobble, if it looks red, if it looks green, it does not matter. You're gonna find one that has a transition. It has it in it. It's everywhere. Most of the time they're there, we're not even looking for. We don't see them. I mean, this here. I mean, look at this. Look at this right here, and it's behind it. Blends right in. Same color, right? As the balloon rocking. Well, that's because it's the same material. So yeah, we see it all the time. This place is cooked out. The entire place has been desecrated, cooked out. You see this huge brick slide, and we see that a lot with the layers upon layers. Look what happened to the bricks here and here where they're popping out, protruding. I mean, look at the bricks. Look at the bricks here. You see that same little mold here, and look at the rest of them cooked out. Oh, this is another place. We're going to have bricks at the bottom. See if I have another picture of this in here. But if not, I'll drop that folder today, because this whole place has bricks on top, bricks on the bottom, bricks. There's bricks everywhere. There's, just the dumb shit. Okay, here we go. There's no reason to have this here. There's none. But see, all these walls were the same. I mean, why do you have this brick here going all the way down? That makes no sense. And you got this shit here. But there's going to be some places here that we're going to see brick in between. But this is a good example of what it is. All the way down into the bottom, boom, it's all brick. Here we go. Look at here, in between. You got brick down here. You got growth all on it. You got growth going over, rock curtaining over. You have this growth in between, and then you got this shit in between. And then you got this up here. I mean, what's going on? And look right here, cooked out. Cooked out, and look what it goes into, this shit. And this shit here is dripping down on it. I mean, you really think they tucked a brick up in here and this was here first and it's built around this so nice and neat, and then just left this shit, then said, okay, continue. And look at this. The damage here is repulsive. It's unexplainable unless you understand Meltology. If you don't, you definitely need to join the groups. Go to Meltology 101. Get all the tools right there. All those tools at your disposal right there, Meltology 101. Then slide into the boots on the ground. Slide into all mountains of melted brick buildings. Let's slide over to 101 first, get an understanding. Oops. I need a 101 understanding of how to work this computer. I'd like to take off. Once again, I'll say damn near every castle, every fort, so-called castle fort, it's been X-factored. You're gonna find this shit around it. It costs too much to remove this. No one's removing this. You need to do real work to remove this. No problem digging in the inside. Difficult digging on the outside. So they don't. It's like what he said about gravity. Ooh, we don't discuss gravity. Ooh, we don't discuss removing this. Ooh. You always see this shit hanging around. They don't remove it at all. Costs too much. You'll see them. They'll have the whole building draped, and they'll have scaffolding 30 stories high, but they ain't touching this shit. That's demolition. Nope. They ain't touching it. There's another one with the tag, but couldn't find it elsewhere. But look at the patina in this. That was cooked out. The brick lines. You got all this patina. The melted bricks going up. I don't care what kind of stone this is. It's, that's sandstone. I don't care what it is. You're not doing this to help out your fellow hiker. Hey, I'm gonna do this for the next guy. I'm gonna carve all these so the next person won't have to walk up this rocky slope. You're not doing it ever. Never. tell you these are pickaxe marks when you're inside, and you say, well, what the fuck are they on the outside? This must have been that blind dude again. Working all day, didn't even know he was outside. Poor son bitch. Striation, pickaxe marks, and staircases everywhere. Everywhere. Check out Alchemos 83. Brick love to you, brother. Check him out on all the staircases he did all over the realm. Just melted stairs everywhere. Everywhere you look. In the middle of nowhere. Okay, where you hiking? Yosemite? Oh yeah, you think they went out there in Yosemite because they don't want you to break your ankle? Then you would have stairs everywhere and an escalator. Not just after 100 miles you come across some stairs. Oh, they put that here. What about the last 100 miles you've been trekking across? Oh, well, that's that. Yeah. No, they ain't putting shit for you. You go out there, you're on your own. I think this is that place that we just got done looking at. Yeah, it's a little blurred. I got some better pictures. I already know why this is in here. More stairs. More stairs. Really? They just went over and said, let's. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of people coming through here, and it's gonna be kind of hard for the older people to get through. So we're gonna pay someone to put some stairs here. That's a great idea. I don't think so. Although these look pretty clean, they might have came in and refurbished these. Depends on what's up here. If there ain't nothing up here, they ain't do shit. But if there's a gift shop up here, something that's costing money, then they'll come in and they'll fix them up. But usually they'll put a handrail because they don't want to get sued. If they got to go through if you're in a place that they got to do this where you don't break your leg, they will put a handrail. But if you're in one of them places that you break your leg and they arrest you, man, you go to jail, get out of here. They ain't putting that up. More stairs in the melt. Melted. Nobody's carving these in this melt. These look, like, yeah, someone did these. And this, pour some concrete. This shit, you're on your own. You can't get up there. They advise you not to go up there if you're not good at climbing. They advise you to observe from down there. Right. And all this up here. This here, I don't know when they put this shit up here. They could have carved this 50 years ago. Who knows? We know we can carve. They use hydraulic chipping hammers. They bust that shit up and throw some dynamite in there. But it could be a pocket of survival, and they just went and retouched up. More than likely, with you see all this shit here, and they touch it up and make it into something that it wasn't. They add a little their own rendition. Who knows? But this here is melting. It's like another staircase right here melted. See, the reason why I like to give explanations like that, because some bitch will come back with some paperwork and some video showing, oh, they did this in 1989. They did, like, oh man, come on now. In 1989 or whatever, yeah, they went over and they put a snack shop up and they painted it and fixed it up, and now you think that they built it in the middle of nowhere for nothing. Usually don't do that. I mean, we got a lot of monuments places, but you ain't gonna put these stairs here, this melted shit here. This shit was already here. Now you gotta turn it in an explanation. Right? You gotta explain this shit. This is for the scale, so you see how big it is. It's hard to get the scale on this side, but you pull that card, they're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this is this. We got something big. So yeah, they might have went in there and touched it up. We see that all the time, destroying stuff and building stuff. And once again, this here is not original. Meaning, to me, this wasn't part of the original build. This was added 1,000 years later, 100 years, well, however time frame you want, 10,000 years later, because we don't know when the original. Let's just call this the Disneyland ride. This Earth is Disneyland. We don't know when this ride opened up. We just know that recently it reopened after it was tore down. We're in the reopening stage. We don't know how many times it's been reopened, but you go into Disneyland and you take it over in 1,000 years. I bet you it ain't gonna look the same. You're gonna have all kind of shit there. That's like, what is this? Oh man, I had to make me a little spot to stay. Build all kind of shit up in there. This here, I doubt if it's original, but the outside is. But this inside, they did something to it. It looks different. It looks too, and plus all this gaudy shit. I mean, that's why they melted this place, because people are taking over with this damn religion and shit and fooling everyone, tricking everybody, and this creator said, you know what? I ain't gonna have that shit no more. Who knows? It's only my convoluted guesstimate. But what do we have here? Look at these pieces here. The way they are sticking out, cooked out into this, slated up. The damage is crazy. Cooked out here. You can see some more of them over here. It's all bundled up here, but you can see some pieces down here that are still like these here. Stack of headstones laying down, cooked out. My oh my, here we go. There's that electric charge going through and has all this brickwork, this dancing, standing up, dancing, trying to tear us, but it can't. In the upright position. Once again, they tell you these are sedimentary layers, natural formations. Doesn't matter if they line up like this or if they're flat. This stuff is ridiculous. I mean, they don't tell you how the hell why is it doing like this? It's not supposed to be laying on each other. I mean, these sediments, this land is straight like this, boom, boom. Just some dumb shit. Maybe this is called something else. Who knows? You ain't lying. C4 that shit. Ain't nobody digging. And here we're back over here to this place, this twisted up place. Look at this mess. I mean, look at this. Look at these huge pieces. I mean, this place here, this realm is unreal. With all the bricks that have melted, twisted. I mean, look. I mean, this is just sheets and sheets and sheets of melted brick. This piece here is twisted, but it survived. Cooked out, twisted. No need for this to be all twisted up. All cooked out bricks over here. All brick. Blocked up, cooked out. These pieces here are shooting out. Terracing down. These are stacked. Terracing, stacked though. Look at that. Incredible damage. Same place. Once again, 101. Meltology. Go check out the Hutchinson effect. Give you an idea. At least you can play around with it in your head. Like, okay, I comprehend it. You can comprehend that a little bit better. What's taking place here? Why these bricks are so altered? Pushing out. What happened to these bricks? All these clinkers cooked out. And you got river rock. What we call river rock is, these little balloon rocks. These what do they call them? These little cobbles. There's so much stuff going on there, and it's cooked out here, layering down, starting to terrace, and then you get back down to this shit. Look how twisted up right here it is. Starting to go in a different direction, twisting out. More of the mess. Look at down here. Look at all this shit. This whole thing was nothing more than brick. I mean, everything is brick. This is why we say there's no terra firma. It's all brick. Look what's underneath. Brick lines melting down. Archways melting down. A building back here melted in the background. This windy, twisted road walkway to get up here melted. Melted down. Now it's a walkway. Then you have to walk uphill. Melted back. Different brick. All fused, melted together. Flaring out. Ripping apart. All brick. Bricky, bricky. Ain't that the trees, Mark? I mean, what is going on here? You look at this here and look behind it. All this shit here, you see it all sliding down. It's not just here, the whole thing melting back, sliding down. They added this shit into it. Had to reconnect. All this shit here is twisted up. After the melt, it twisted. Had to reconnect somehow. This is all reconnection. This is where you paid right here, I guess, huh? The fuck? Gift shop. Boom. $8 to cross. You get up to here, it's free. $8 if you want to continue. Brick lines everywhere. Look at these. Huge, huge pieces. Compressed, thinned out, melted. And now it's just sheets of them. Another pocket. Pocket of survival. Look on top. The same terracing, the sheets is just covered with the brown stuff. But you can see the lines in between. Boom, 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 boom. Layers, layers, layers. And you got a pocket right here that survived. Boom. Oddly thing to have a mansion right there. Big enough to be a mansion. Hell, it's going over here. You got a couple, at least 2 stories right here. No telling what's up in here. I see structure going on over here. And in here. Aperture. Something. I don't think calling it a mansion would be the wrong thing to say, but why is it here? Once again. How are they explaining this shit? And you got a whole community of people over here that think that their people built this shit. They're proud. Their heritage. You didn't build shit. This is part of that Freemason stuff. It was stolen. And then your people perpetuate the lie that goes along with it. It's like everybody else, people that have some so-called archaeological site, and they contributed to them, and then they run around proud, and they don't want to listen when you tell them it's just a melted mess. Not this place, maybe that other place, but not this. This is our heritage. We sorry, but you didn't build this shit. Look at the melt right here, the bricks. Boom. Melted. dripping down, all this stuff dripping apart. Melty, melty, the tops melted. The flow coming down, the melt. How could you not see it? I mean, especially when it's explained to you in 101, how could you not see it? You need to go to Meltology 101 if you knew. If you want to just jump, if you want to jump right in and skip 101, fly into the groups. Meltology boots on the ground, and all mountains are melted brick buildings. And of course, mountains are melted brick buildings. If you want to stay private, join the Meltology boots on the ground, and or all mountains are melted brick buildings. If you want to go public, you want to jump in, let's go over the mountains are melted brick buildings. Take a peek. Also, one of Meltology 101 that's open to the public. Take a peek, see what's in there. You don't like what you see, so come on in and grab a seat and start collecting that evidence, displaying it, showing it, drop it off, drop it into the group. Cooked out. Rest of the building's up here. The rest of it is what we think of a mountain should look like without the doors and windows. It's all cooked out. Same stuff here, almost like the pic I showed earlier of Alchemos. You just can't see the brick in it. Same texture. And behind it is the same thing. A building. Always a building in there. I think this is the same pic. Yeah, just different. Closer to that side. You see what's on top. You got an aperture of some sort right here. All closed in, cooked out. It's a building. I see red brick. Boom. And back here. The rest of it's dilapidated. You see some bricks up in here. Blocked up. But once again, it just goes to show you that it started off as red brick. It's just a lot of it conformed. Damaged. Look at this. Coming out. I mean, just everything around here is damaged. These people have no clue. They look at this house and they see this house. They think they're just built like, oh, all the houses are like this. They don't understand they ain't supposed to be like that. Shit on top. Is it snowing? Is it snowing over here? What are they doing? All this shit up here. Well, maybe they did that deliberately. Put some artificial snow up here just for the fuck of it. Probably took, oh yeah, it's to stop this shit from falling down. Okay. What about this? All this shit. And this here. Different excuse for that. What's going on here? What is going on here? Why is it this is an ugly window when you got this shit around it? All this cooked out area expanding out. Bricks out here in the yard on the side. Stack right here, leaning back, melting backwards. See the brick line, mortar line. This wall going ape shit. Had to assume this is the original wall because this is melted into it. Unless this wall was built 100 years ago and this shit sank back, loose soil. but it looks like it is fused into this, so I'm going to go with all original pre-melt. And we got the dance going on again. We got this dancing, jumping off, just like you'd expect to see with one of those electric current balls and the electricity going through, and it just stays standing up. That's what I envision. That electricity going through, and it's just making this thing dance, and then it stops and it solidifies. The brick melts and then hardens. Boom, just like that. Off and on. You get out of here. Jen, what is up, Jen? How you doing? I hope everything's okay with you and the fam bam. Nice to see you in, and maybe you can let us know if you're going to be having if you're going to have your stream today. Shapu mentioned you might have it today due to the fact you were unable to do it yesterday. You guys check out Jen. Check out the Truth Seeker 69. Spitting out truth. It's on the ticker down below. It's also in the group. Go in the feature section in the group and get all of her information. Check her out. Insides of these buildings are just as bad as the outsides. Dilapidated, cooked brick lines and melt. This here sink, it just here sitting in the melt. This altar or whatever. Nice. Well, I'm glad your mom is okay. Hopefully, she's back at home and surrounded by loved ones. All right, guys. Once again, you got this wall up here. For what reason? What is this? What is this up here for? Aesthetics? What is it? How are they going to explain this shit? I mean, what's really going on here? Would you say, extra money? They just want to pay someone to go up here, extra material, or maybe this is just the X factor, and this is pocket of survival. Because it looks awfully blocky right here too. This square right here. It's got a little brush, little vegetation covering it. Another one there, and two more right here. Square and a square as it comes down, and the mortar going around it, almost like a V at the bottom, or a U, maybe more like a U. This is two pieces right here. One, two. Same thing. It's melting, leaning down this way, ballooning out. Same pattern as these blocks up here. I know you guys can see them. Bump up just a little bit more right here. Nothing to look at. We see stuff like that all the time. They can't explain that shit. We can only explain it through Meltology. Once you know Meltology, it's no longer, you're not asking the dumb questions. These dumb questions, dumb things that we just never knew because we were dumbed down. That's why it's important to get in that Meltology 101 just to have an understanding. And if you still don't see it, then you just have to work on it. But you have to ask yourself, why is this chunk of brick right here? right? You got to come up with whatever. I'm gonna bump that in. Whatever logical reason you can come up with why this shit is right here, right? And then when you come up with that reason, and you got this moral line right here, when you can explain that, then you can get up here and explain why this shit is up here. Then we might be getting somewhere, right? Brick line up here, but you have to be able to explain the unexplainable. I mean, what's the reason behind this? I mean, what are you gonna say, right? This shit up here for, and then it's all melted. Then you got another strip, and it's all melted. So what's the purpose? Now this is high up on the ground. Why is somebody risking their life to go up there 40, 50 feet up in the air? 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe 40, 50 feet up in the air? For what? Put this shit up there? We do better than that. You just come to the conclusion, and the facts are the facts. No matter how you like it, no matter how I like it, no matter how you serve it up, we're melted. All the evidence points in one direction. The place has been pulverized. Doesn't matter who melted it. If God melted it, that's the only one that has enough power to melt it. The same creator that created it fucking melted it. Who do you think did it? You think Joe Blow around the corner did it? You think he knows the switch? You think he knows how to operate it? He don't even know how to turn electricity off at his house without frying himself. Only one person can destroy it and then bring it back. Because once it was destroyed, it was brought back to a working condition. That means the hydraulic system had to have been destroyed. I mean, if the hydraulic system's at the bottom, how the fuck do you melt everything in between and don't melt the hydraulic system that's pumping all this water? Had to have been destroyed. I just can't fathom that the hydraulic system wasn't destroyed. Of course, all that water is being pumped somewhere else in a different flow now because all the land has been destroyed. So the water is going to flow somewhere else, but it's just hard to believe it wouldn't be destroyed. But very easy for the creator to put another system in, or whatever. And that creator is whoever you want the creator to be. That's who I'm referring to. Everybody has a different creator. Some people don't have no creator, but somebody put that dome up there. If you know we have a dome, don't ask dumb questions about, well, how did they build this? And you don't care about how they built the dome. That should be the first question everyone should try to comprehend. How did they build the dome? This is child's play. This is child's play compared to the dome. If you could build a dome, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to the dome. Look at the brick right here. Uh-oh. Transitioning into a balloon. Once again, how many times do we have to go through the transitions? Over and over and over. So if you know this is brick and brick does this every time you see this balloon, and you can see the brick all through here. You can see the brick line. I mean, shit, I can see them. I don't even have it blown up. And we should know every time we see this, we're dealing with balloon brick. You see the behind, you see the ghost images in there too. We're dealing with balloon rock bricking. Concrete molds, pillars. Why do you have this in the mountain if you're gonna, I do all this shit once again? You're never going in here. That's an insult to say I'm an engineer, I build, and you want me to go act like a primitive person and start chiseling inside? Are you mad? It would never happen. You never build like this and think you got to bust through something in here. Sorry about that. I expected a package. That was my neighbor's package. But once again, you're looking at something here, and this looks like precise engineering to build something of this magnitude, of this, to look like this. This isn't just going up here and hey, I'm gonna start building. This isn't a do-it-yourself project. This is mathematics, writing down your plans and sketches and whatnot to come up with something like this. It's not to be combined a fusion with the caveman. Brick lines all through here. Where we at? Where we at? Huge openings. They call caves with windows and doors. These are all, most of these, like out here, you can't even go to these places. A lot of them. If there's anything of value, you can't go in there. They gut them out, take everything of value out before they even let you in. They let you know you can't remove anything. Right here, I think I got another picture of this block here that's all melted out. Striations coming down, heat differentials, scuff marks everywhere. Churned up. Cooked out, melting. Locked up and rocked up. Yeah, Mark, exactly. You can't burn everything from the bottom up and then skip the hydraulic system. I mean, it had to have been damaged, and then during the reset of mankind, you have to reset things because otherwise we wouldn't have all these world fairs of all this stuff. Once again, we have world fairs. These are all leftover stuff. Tartarians didn't build this shit. No, they were just the controllers at the time. They were probably better people, better government, but they didn't build that stuff. That stuff was left over. Now, of course, they did their own building and stuff, just like we do our own building and our own technology and stuff. But a lot of that old world stuff was just old world, not old Tartarian or old. It was left here for our enjoy. Once again, you go to Disneyland, the rides are already there. It's taken over by some bandits. 100 years later, we got some new rides from Disneyland. They ain't the same. They're kind of junky compared to the Matterhorn and stuff because whole different. You got regular people trying to build stuff, so it's not the same as the original build. But yeah, we build today. So a lot of that stuff, in my opinion, a lot of that high tech stuff, that it was for us to use. It was for us. It was for everyone. It wasn't secretive like it is now. The places you go to get healed, now you go to give money and give hope. You used to go there and get healed. Now everything now is just money, money, money. Getting destroyed. The electric's been destroyed. We got cables and shit like that with meters on them. We just did this place. That's what they did. They did a good job of switching everything up from free to pay. Got this shit right here in the window. Brick in the window. You're building like this, digging into, once again, the hardest substance you can find. And then when we dig a hole, we're going to put brick on the outside. Doesn't make no sense. If you could build like this, you would never go find this spot here. You don't go hit the line with the stick. You got a stick, you better swat some flies. Don't go try and find the line. The line's going to get you. You don't go, I'm going to find the baddest fucking thing out here and I'm going to hit it with this stick. No. You don't find the hardest substance and say, hey, I'm going to dig inside and I'm going to line it out with brick. You just go down here in the flatland and use your brick. Much easier. Look where it's at. You're fucking hiking up here for what? You got all this land down here. And you know how to use brick and stucco, and you're gonna go up here? Are you kidding? And so, well, they want to hide from the enemy. What enemy? Dude, you're 1,000 miles away from anything. Nobody wants this land. Nobody's gonna come fight you and say, now we own this shit. Where's the store? Oh damn. Yeah, I think we better get them camels and move back a little closer to a civilization. It's not happening. Middle of nowhere. Up to nah. And then you gotta. Yeah, next time you guys go out somewhere, just bring your hammer, start smashing into a rock, and see how long it takes you before you say I'm gone. You know what I mean? Dented it. Especially that shit look hard as hell. Oh man, churned up. The skin is off. The skin is down here. It is cobbled out, ballooned out, and look underneath it. Underneath it is always like this. It's turned up underneath, under the skin. The pigmentation after you take that skin off, what you got underneath. Remove the bricks. That one's just a smooth turn. Sometimes it's real chunky. This one's a smooth turned up. Yeah, got this blob in the middle, cooked out, expanded on this wall. They didn't build the wall and then add this growth to it. This is the melt. Welcome to the melt. It might be one of them aqueducts standing on. Of course, it's melted, getting wavy down. Probably a hydraulic pump system pumping it up at one time and letting it flow down to the other places. Or maybe there's a river back here. I think this is up on the land. Whatever it is, looks like some type of aqueduct. Look at the growth and the expansion on it. Bricks melting up here, blocked up. But look at this here shooting out. Cooked out. Down here, give it that quick creep look. Big chunks in it. Specks of red. The brick. So we'll do a little design on it. How cute. Look down here. You see this expansion coming out towards us. Bowing out at the bottom. Once again, you guys make sure you join the groups. I think they are in the ticker. No, not in the ticker. Let me jump out of here real quick. I'm just about done with the picks, but I'm just gonna go jump out real quick and I'll throw this new ticker on. Need a couple of these. Tree 385. Yo. Yeah, exactly. I'm using names just for the bricks. Throw this pen up right here. All right. Let's go back here. I only got a couple left. Cooked out, all turning balloon rock boulders. Building this place with literally 10-pound boulders, 5 10-pound boulders instead of flat. I don't think so. You got all these flat blocks. Why would you ever put round ones in here to build? Unless you're trying to extend the job. You don't want it to end in a month. You want the last 6 months. You start doing dumb shit like that. This one here was just to walk around up here. And look, this is all down here, and then it even goes down. Once you get down, you got to even go down. We're always going down, 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 and finding more and more as we go down. Even at the cemetery yesterday, Patty shared with us. You look through that little thing. I don't know what it was. Shit, I thought it was supposed to be somebody in there. You're looking and you're fucking looking down another level. Like, what the fuck? All the bodies are up here. I'm surprised you don't see the bottom, the bottom of the damn casket dangling through the roof. Sons of bitches. And this one still has the floor, but look, down, down, down. What's happening here? A lot of times we see these buildings and they have no floors. The floors are gone. You're looking straight down into ruins from the top to the bottom. Floors are always gone. Red brick, cooked out. Dilapidated, cooked out, melted. This here is probably one of the original buildings. Original being original as when what we call Earth, however you want to call it, was opened up for display to come out and enjoy. You don't see no metal in this. No metal. And all the metal we've seen yesterday. Even here where it doesn't even look thick, you don't see no metal, no support, no rebar, none of that stuff. Original to the date that this place opened up, this earth opened up, this building was probably one of the original builds. Just from what I see as far as the X factor. And I mean, even though the bricks look fairly good condition compared to what we're used to seeing, I just don't see any internals. We use metal when we build. We've been doing that for a long time, opposed to trying to get this to not collapse, these walls not to fall down. Less material, you put the metal up, and you don't have to go 6 feet thick. So they found a way to build cheaper, just like nowadays we drywall down there and everything. No metal. Then now compressed slate looking dead end right here, goes to nowhere, brick lines. And look, it has that keyhole shape. It's just a fat one, but it has that keyhole where it's closing in, shrinking in, compressing, or not compressing, but expanding. This place here, another one of these. Another one of these places where it's just the best place to build is underneath a rock. Word. When you look it up here, look at the rock curtain coming down. This looks sketchy right here, like this whole sheet would come off. I mean, that's pretty sketchy looking. Maybe 50,000 pounds right there just hanging. And of course you have this underneath. Look at this area right here. You see this, the white, and look what's around it. Look what's around it. So, did they build this here? Are they trying to sell that they built this? Or are they trying to sell that they carved this? Or they did a little bit of both? Opposed to the truth that popular survival. This here's engulfing it, and this here got engulfed, this piece down here. But for the most part, it spared it. For whatever reason, The X Factor event was over as far as the heating up event. It turned off, and this little piece here survived. Now, they probably came in throughout the last 100 years, tried to revamp this place, throw a little paint on it, try to reuse it, and just said, you know what, we can't get people to come here. It's not worth it. Try and, add a different story to it to sell it off as something to get an attraction. Nobody's biting on it. That looks like dynamite. I think that is it. That is it. Let me jump out of that. Jump up on this. Jump up out of that. Ooh, all right. All right. Yes, Jen, we hope your mom is doing better. Definitely. Break love to everyone out there. Thank you for stopping in. And like I said, we're going to do this on Friday or Saturdays. I'm sorry. Friday, we had the big one yesterday. That was great. It would be nice if we had another one of those real soon. Good times. If you guys missed it, go over to our Melted Reality Mark's channel and check it out. That was fun. That was good stuff. Had some heavy hitters in, showing some great stuff. Appreciate that, Mark. Yeah, so it's been fun. Don't know when the next one's going to come other than Saturday. So just stay tuned and try and get Alchemos to jump in with me. Notice to Raph, I didn't hear back from him. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Yeah, everyone else, thanks again. Keep the truth coming in, you guys. Don't give up on the truth. Don't waste your time on people who don't want to hear it. Put the bug in their ear. Move on. Stick and move. Move to someone who's willing to at least listen to the truth, whether they get it or not. That's the first thing, is to plant that information to people. So, with no further ado, I got the groups down here. I'm just going to go out with the names. Once again, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jump my picture out real quick so I can throw some of this stuff up on the back. All right. I had to throw the dinosaur up there. All right, people. Brick love to everyone out there. Until next time, it's been fun. And we'll end it with that pick on. Actually, you know what? We're going to end it with the Meltology pick. All right. Peace, love to everyone. Throw this up there. And put mine down. And then I'm going to go ahead and close out. Brick love to everyone.